They now are just getting set with our equipment. It's a dreary day outside in the state of Pennsylvania in some parts. Our first game will be at 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time between the number 21 Bucknell Bison and the number 7 University of Michigan Wolverines. Both teams right now are entering hot. Red hot for Bucknell, a 3-game win streak. And for Michigan, how about a 10-game winning stretch? Okay. The 2 games today for Michigan, including the 9 a.m. one against Bucknell and the 11:30 a.m. Eastern scheduled time game against number 25 St. Francis of PA, are the Wolverines' last 2 CWPA league games of the regular season. Michigan went 4-0 on the first CWPA weekend back on March 20th and 21st, beating Bucknell, St. Francis, and Mount St. Mary's twice by a combined 66-12. Wolverines entered today's first contest, coming off a 2-game sweep at number 13 Pacific on April 5th and 6th. Senior Matty O'Reilly scored a go-ahead goal with 37 seconds left in the 5-4 win on April 5th. The next day, the Wolverines overcame an early 2-0 deficit to defeat the host Tigers 9-3. Since a 7-6 overtime loss to San Diego State on March 7th, the Wolverines are on a 10-game win streak. The defense has been stellar, holding opposing teams to 3 goals or fewer 5 times, the program's longest win streak since 2018. As for the host, Bison, 4-2 on this season, heading into the contest in a 3-game win streak, last playing twice on April 2nd. Both victories against Gannon and Mercyhurst in Erie, Pennsylvania. During that 2-game stretch, Bucknell had been led by senior Callie Hyam, who scored 6 goals apiece in each of the game, as the Bison combined for 33 goals over that span. Bucknell has scored 54 goals on its current 3-game win streak, including a 21-5 win over Mount St. Mary's back on March 20th. That was John McBride's 140th win as Bucknell's head coach, making him the all-time leader in wins in program history. He passed John Ziegler for number 1 all-time. Callie Hyam was named CWPA Division I Player of the Week for Bucknell for her efforts on April 2nd. So was Megan LaCroix. She posted 7 assists in the win last Friday over Gannon, a new career best, one off the school record set by Emily Kanishi against George Washington in 2016. For Michigan, this Michigan squad has won 17 consecutive conference games, haven't lost a CWPA Division I varsity game in a while. April 8th, 2018, 8-7 sudden death overtime to number 15 Princeton in Boston, Massachusetts. So coming up on the CWPA network, it's game 1 of 3 of the day in CWPA Division I women's action. Number 7 Michigan against host number 21 Bucknell.
You're watching the CWPA broadcast brought to you by Cap 7.
Host Bucknell and visiting Michigan are entering play on hot streaks. Bucknell on a 3-game winning streak at 4-2, while Michigan at 17-4 has won 10 in a row. These teams met once before the season, in which Michigan defeated the Bison 16-5 here in Lewisburg. The Bison have not won ever against the Wolverines in at least 23 attempts. Can this attempt be different?
Don't give it to me easy, I like a little challenge. When it feels better when you take a little damage. Slow learning, fast earning, stay burning. Wheels turning, it's a going thing.
Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a CWPA-TV.com remote broadcast of CWPA Women's Division I Varsity Water Polo from Bucknell University in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. You're watching this free courtesy of Cap 7 and the Collegiate Water Polo Association. Good morning, everyone. I'm Scott Samuel David Weiss, calling the action from the CWPA headquarters in Bridgeport, Pennsylvania. It's Sunday, April 11th, 2021, and our first of 3 games of the day features in the Dark Caps the number 21 Bucknell Bison, and in the White Caps the visiting number 7 Michigan Wolverines. This is a CWPA Division I matchup. Bucknell is 3-1 in division play, 4-2 overall, while Michigan is 17-4 overall, has played a lot more games than Bucknell, 4-0 in conference play. Michigan is on a 10-game win streak, coming off a 2-game series sweep at number 13 Pacific, April 5th and 6th, with 5-4 and 9-3 victories over the Tigers. And now you see the Wolverines, the 4-time defending CWPA Division I champion, coached by Dr. Marcello Leonardi. He's in his 7th season. While the Bucknell Bison on the other side, which you do not see yet, coached by John McBride, who's in his 10th season. And interestingly, the last time these two teams faced each other, back on March 20th, here at Kiddie Natatorium, Michigan won 16-5. Not only that, but both of the teams were coached by assistant coaches. Dr. Marcello Leonardi and Bucknell's John McBride were not available for the game. And that might have had a little bit of an impact for both teams, in which Michigan just went out of the gate, had 11 goals by halftime, and Bucknell could not overcome it. So Michigan, on a 17-game conference win streak, has not lost in conference play since 2018. Bucknell, though, on its longest win streak since a couple 6-game win stretches back in 2020. And in each of the past 3 games Bucknell has played, all wins, had scored at least double figures, allow 9 or fewer in each. Keep an eye on Bucknell's Ali Ferrano and Callie Hyam, both of them on the top 10 goals list in program history. In fact, Hyam is 8th all-time. Ali Ferrano has the most goals in program history at 274, 26 away from becoming the program's first 300-goal scorer. Michigan has 3 goalies: Heidi Rittner, Sophie Jackson, Alex Brown. Rittner is the primary keeper. The officials for this tournament: the head official Val Vasiljikov, Heather Olenga Wheeler is the other, the alternate Justin Howe. Michigan in white, heading left to right, has the rock. Michigan is trying to go for its 10th CWPA title and 5th straight. Now inside the 2, 17 on the shot clock, and picked up by the Bison. Bucknell's goalkeeper is Sam Gove, who came into the season as a field player. Now Ferrano had the steal. Heading right to left, the Bison. Ordinary foul. But not for long. It will be a 6-on-5 opportunity for the Bison. And this is one of Michigan's strong suits. Michigan does not allow a lot of goals on the power play. Around 10% are opponents on the power play. Now from the point, Bucknell inside the 6. Takes it back up top. Skipped and saved by Heidi Rittner. The grad from Newport Beach, California. Rittner did not play against the Bison back on March 20th. Josh Howder, the assistant coach from Michigan, I believe, was making the calls that time. Ordinary foul, so Michigan will get it back. In that 16-5 win over the Bison back on March 20th, Wolverines had a handful of players with at least 2 goals. Set inside, lost the handle, takes it back, fires and skips it home. Michigan on the board. That's Emily Rittner, the sister of Heidi. It's 1-0 Wolverines. And in at least 23 meetings all time between the two teams, Michigan has never lost to Bucknell. So a good start for Dr. Leonardi's Wolverines. And it'll be the second power play already for Bucknell. Aaron Neustrom credited for the assist on the Rittner goal. Take it up top. Will fire. Did not cross the plane. Good eye for Heidi Rittner. And boy, she has been a catalyst during her time at Michigan. A big reason why Michigan has won 4 straight CWPA Division I titles. She has been there for a few of them. Good pick in the field by the Bison. Sam Gove with the loose change. Bucknell has never defeated Michigan, and this should be a great time to get a win. Well, Michigan right now needs to settle down. Already its 3rd exclusion foul. And John McBride will call a timeout. Try to get a play in to get the equalizer. So 3 exclusions already in Michigan. It's 1-0 Wolverines though in the Whitecaps. Ava Morant whistled for the exclusion. Callie Hyden was on the receiving end. So Ann Rankin, Sammy Monroe, Morant with exclusion fouls. Dr. Leonardi is crouching to the ground on his knees, talking to his troops. Cap 7 is the premier water polo provider, specializing in all your water polo needs. Visit cap7.com to find the gear you need to take your game to the next level. Cap 7 is a proud sponsor of the CWPA network. So, little under 3 minutes into the game, Michigan leads 1-0 on the goal by Emily Rittner. This is the second, the final conference game of the regular season for Michigan. And so far, in conference play, has outscored foes 67-12 this season. Michigan 4-0 in the conference can wrap up the 1 seed with a win against the Bison. There was an offensive foul on Bucknell, possession for Heidi Rittner. Actually, that might have been a goal. We gotta get confirmation here. Yeah, it was a goal. Callie Hyam. Man, that faked me out. Callie Hyam continuing her goal-scoring surge. In fact, in 2 games on April 12th against Gannon and Mercyhurst, she had 6 goals apiece, both wins. 18-9 against Gannon, 15-7 against Mercyhurst. Bucknell trying to gain some momentum, dribbling right to left, 3+ minutes into the game. Callie Hyam, co-player of the week in CWPA Division I alongside teammate Megan McCroy from last Friday's efforts in 2 wins. Trying to go with the lob. Over the target, goal throw for Rittner. Michigan's scheduled to host the 2021 CWPA Division I Championship Tournament on April 24th. Circumstances permitting, Gove makes the lob save. Alson-Geist, Libby Alson-Geist, unfortunate that time. And here come the Bison. Bucknell has scored 10 or more goals in 3 straight games, has allowed single figures in 3 straight games. Ordinary foul. Bucknell will take it close to half distance. About 10 seconds left in the shot clock. I believe ball will be thrown out of play. Shot clock, I think, has to be reset or set properly. So Bucknell, 1 goal on 4 shots. Michigan, 1 goal on 2 shots. 3 exclusion fouls, though, against the Wolverines. And right now, Bucknell 1 of 3 on the player advantage. Megan McCroy is an assist machine this season. She was credited with the assist on the Callie Hyam goal. Under 10 on the shot clock for Bucknell. Now from the hole, backhand, and it's an offensive foul. Heidi Rittner now pondering her next move. Takes the outlet. Here comes Kata Utasi from Hungary, and she's hungry to score. Kata Utasi, the freshman out of Budapest, Hungary, gives Michigan a 2-1 edge. Over Bucknell. In the previous meeting between the two squads, she had a couple of goals, to be exact. He had 1 or 2 goals, one of which had been a 5-meter penalty. Right away, in the 16-5 win by Michigan over Bucknell on March 20th here at Kinney, Michigan shot 59%. Caleb Barone had the ball set up. Oh, did not get the friendly bounce off the post. Sam Gove collects it. Now the outlet to the far side. Going right to left. Bucknell trailing 2-1. Bucknell hungry right now and picked off by Caleb Barone. The junior out of Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, read it perfectly. Now Heidi Rittner. And Michigan, 17 consecutive CWPA Division I victories. 10 straight wins overall on the schedule this season for Michigan. Barone shot off the pipes. Taken there by Marcella Herrera of Bucknell. Less than a few minutes left here in the first. 2-1 Wolverines. Every matchup today, we have 3 total, will involve ranked teams because St. Francis, PA is number 25. We'll be playing a couple games later on, both against these teams. Rittner got her hand on it. That was heading to the right corner. Now already inside the 6. Feed it to the hole. Off the top of the crossbar. Rebound coming. And finds room and scores. Libby Alcindis, the freshman out of Hamilton, New Zealand, makes it 3-1. That's her first of the contest. Alcindis made 2 goals on 3 shots in the 16-5 win over Bucknell on March 20th. Michigan averaging 6.1 goals allowed per game, limiting the opposition to around 27%. Haven't seen Maddie O'Reilly score yet for Michigan, entering the game with 40 goals, 27 assists. 4th exclusion opportunity, and they make it count. How about Bucknell? Going quickly there. Callie Hyam, her 2nd goal of the game. It's now a 1-possession contest. She fired like there's no tomorrow. Marcela Herrera with the assist. Both goals by Hyam. This is a much different Bucknell team when Hyam can do that. First power play for Michigan. Dr. Leonardi giving instruction on the sideline. Offensive foul. Player may have been offsides. Right now, Bucknell 2 of 4 in the power play. 0 of 1 on the player advantage for Michigan. And that will do it for the first quarter of play. And both teams have come to play. Good showing so far. It's Michigan in white 3, Bucknell in dark 2. Hyam with both tallies for the hosts, while Emily Rittner, Libby Alcindis, and Kata Atasi have the number 7 Michigan Wolverines up 1 after 8 minutes of play.
Hi, I'm Jack Bowen, and here is this week's goalie tip of the week. Today we're going to take a look at attacking a front court offense when you have a right-handed player at the left-handed wing. And one of the things that we want to think about as goalies is always honoring the shooter, but also thinking a half a step ahead of them. So when you have a right-handed player at a bad angle down on this side of the pool, instead of honoring them at the perfect geometric angle here, we can cheat back and still honor the shooter. Because if I'm here and he makes a pass across the field of play, I'm hung out to dry. And so instead, I'm going to cheat off of him a little bit geometrically to here. Now you can see my body's still honoring him. I'm not here or on my back. My shoulders are squared to the shooter. But if I'm in a game situation now and he makes the pass here, I'm set on the shooter. Whereas if he shoots, my body is still balanced to make the save. For more goalie tips, check out Collegiate Water Polo Association's video library.
Be sure to check out our new CWPA Remote Series Professional Edition. On the CWPA YouTube channel, we have Olympian George Gross Jr. interviewing water polo alumni for a variety of schools and professions. We take a look at how water polo helped them in college and beyond. New episodes come out every week on Thursday. Be sure to like and subscribe. Great showing so far here in our first of 3 games of the day in CWPA Women's Division I varsity action from Lewisburg, PA. Number 7, Michigan in white, 3. Number 21, Bucknell, the hosts in dark, 2. And so far, 3 different scorers for the Wolverines. Wilson Geist, Emily Rittner, and Atassi. Callie Iam, both scores for the host, Bison. In the second quarter, Michigan in white would be heading left to right. Bucknell in dark, right to left. By the way, Callie Hyam, who has both goals for Bucknell, in each of the previous 6 games this season, she has had at least 3 scores. In each of the previous games she has played this season, she has scored at least 3 times. So Callie Hyam, not someone you want to take lightly, and Ali Ferrano, with 276 career goals, who hasn't scored yet in this game, also can't be taken lightly. Wolverines in white, leading by 1, going left to right, have it. Now Michigan trying to extend its 1-goal lead. There's Maddie O'Reilly, number 20, who has 40 goals on this season. Tallied her 100th collegiate score a couple weeks ago. O'Reilly is from Villanova, Pennsylvania, not too far from CWPA headquarters, which is in Bridgeport, PA. Ordinary foul called. Bucknell attacking, trying to get the equalizer. Offensive foul on the Bison. Heidi Rittner will now have an outlet. Each of the previous 7 meetings in this series, Michigan had won by at least 9 goals. But this is a different story right now, because the last meeting, both of the head coaches were unavailable on each sideline. Now we'll take it. Off the pipes, out of play. Goal throw for Sam Gove. Gove in net this season because the other goalkeepers for Bucknell electing not to participate for health and safety reasons. And then Michigan 4-0 in conference play. Bucknell 1-1 actually. Bucknell is 1-1 in conference play, 4-2 overall. May have said 3-1 earlier on. I'm going to correct that. Rittner with a loose change outlet. Now we'll take it to the 1. Set up top, Rittner. O'Reilly. O'Reilly with the lob and finish. That's Maddie O'Reilly's first of the contest. Her 41st of the campaign. And it's now 4-2 Wolverines over the host Bison. A couple of players will head to the sideline and come in. So right now Michigan 4 of 8 on shots, Bucknell 2 of 7. About 6 or so minutes to go in the first half. And Michigan playing its second to last regular season contest of the season. Bucknell has 1 more today and a couple next weekend. Patted down and secured by Heidi Rittner. Unfortunately for Michigan, got caught on the offensive. And Bucknell will get another chance on the Michigan end, heading right to left in dark. Another ordinary foul called. Well, that's a behind the back easy call, and it will be Bucknell's 5th power play opportunity. So far, 2 of 4, both goals by Hyam. And we'll take it back and picked off in the field. Ava Morent, I think that was her 2nd exclusion foul for Michigan, so she, I believe, heads to the sidelines. Now Michigan in transition, spinning around, lost control, clean pick by the Bison. And if you want to defeat Michigan, you need to make those type of plays. You also need to keep the game close throughout. Wolverines have allowed 9 or fewer goals in 9 straight games. So you need to keep the game close in order to have a shot at winning. Wolverines now on the attack. Egg beater motion, takes it back, takes a shot right at Gove. And Ali Ferrano got the pick. Gove now with the short outlet for Bucknell. Leave past the halfway point of the second quarter. 4-2 for Michigan. The Wolverines with 3 in the first, 1 in the second. Bucknell, none so far this period. Herrera. 6 in the shot clock. Ferrano sets inside. And the pick at around the 5-meter area for Michigan. Michigan has been ranked, I believe, in the top 10 all season in the Week 9 CWPA polls. Michigan number 7, Bucknell tied for 21st. O'Reilly dents the twine again. Maddie O'Reilly, a catalyst for this Wolverines squad. She gets her 2nd goal not only of the game but for the quarter, and it's Michigan's largest lead. It's now at 3 goals. 5-2. But again, Bucknell is a tough team to put it away when Callie Hyam is able to score. Ordinary foul called on Michigan. Now to play, wide left, goal throw for Rittner. This is the 16th game this season Michigan is playing a ranked opponent. This is the 3rd consecutive game. Each of the last 2 were at number 13 Pacific earlier in the week. 5-4 and 9-3 wins. Trying to set inside, and it goes off the pipes. And that's Paige Ferrano making Rittner pay. That's the first for number 4, the junior out of Stamford, Connecticut. Putting the Bison within 2. It's now 5-3, number 7 Michigan in white over number 21 Bucknell Bison. Bucknell started the season with a 20-19 overtime loss at LaSalle before defeating the host Explorers 11-9 later that day. Inside the 2, an exclusion is called on the Bison. So 22nd power play coming here. Inside the 2-meter area, left to right goes Michigan. Marcela Herrera, the guilty party. Attaching. Blocked in the field. It will be even strength. But Michigan has it again. Kata Atasi. Yes, ma'am. Had her eyes on the prize the whole time. 2nd goal for the freshman out of Budapest, Hungary. Atasi makes it 6-3. Michigan. With limited time to go here in our first half. 3 in the first, 3 in the second for Michigan. 2 in the first, 1 in the second for Bucknell. Michigan scheduled to get back here in the pool in Lewisburg. 11:30 a.m. EDT against number 25 St. Francis, Pennsylvania. Michigan has already defeated the Red Flash a couple of times. Off the pipes. Whoa. That was a close one. That was nearly a defensive gap. Minute 45 now left here in the second. Michigan quick to the task. And a 5-meter penalty shot will be awarded to the Wolverines. Kata Atasi will take it. Atasi skips it home. That's the third of the contest for Kata Atasi. It's 7-3 now. Number 7 Wolverines over Bucknell. And this Michigan team cannot be taken lightly. That had played 4 games this season against teams in the top 5, went 1-3 in those contests. The win was a 12-10 victory at number 4 Arizona State on February 26th. Lost a pair of contests to number 1 Southern Cal at the Arizona State Invitational. Couple seconds left in the shot clock, and Rittner right on it for Michigan. And it will be turned over back to Bucknell it goes. By the way, Michigan has scored 10 or more goals now in 13 straight CWPA Division I games. Trying to make it 14 in a row with a couple more goals. An unsuccessful drive will give it back to Michigan. Open water with one player trailing. Gov makes the volleyball type block. That's Aaron Neustrom with the rock. Turns it over. Under a minute left here in the first half. Michigan 7, Bucknell 3. O'Reilly has a pair of goals. Atasi with 3. Alston Gates and Rittner with a pair. For Michigan, 2 goals for Hyam, 1 for Page Ferrano for Bucknell. Wet shot is short and secured by Rittner. Shot clock unplugged. Dr. Marcelo Leonardi will call a timeout to set up the final possession in the first half. Leonardi is on the right, and he will talk to his troops. The other Wolverine assistant in white is Josh Howder, who I believe was the one in charge the last time these two teams met here a few weeks ago. Make sure you check out the CWPA YouTube channel. It's your #1 video source for everything water polo. Check out Tip of the Week series, Inside Water Movements, highlights, Game of the Week, and more. Make sure to search CWPA Water Polo on YouTube.com. Wolverines will be on the power play after this full timeout called by Dr. Leonardi. And the game reset. 3 in the first, 4 in the second for Michigan. 2 in the first, 1 in the second for Bucknell. The Bison shooting 23.1%, 3 goals and 13 attempts. Michigan at 53.8%, 7 goals and 13 attempts. 5 exclusions apiece. Michigan 0-4. 0-3 in the power play. Michigan did convert on its penalty. And right now, Kata Atasi with 3 goals to lead the charge for all players for Michigan. So power play here could end the half. Shot clock unplugged. Now from the right flat. Takes it up to the point, off the post. And that will do it for the first half of play. Those 16 minutes are in the books. It's number 7, Michigan in white 7. And number 21, Bucknell the hosts in dark 3. Atassi has 3. O'Reilly 2. Libby Elson-Geese, Emily Rittner with 1 apiece for Michigan. Bucknell, 2 goals for Callie Hyam, 1 for Paige Ferrano. Michigan 7 of 14 on shots. Bucknell 3 of 13. 5 exclusion fouls apiece. No one has been excluded out of the game yet but Ava Morant, the only player with 2 exclusions. She's for Michigan. 1 penalty foul for Bucknell. Sam Gove with a couple of saves for the Bison. Heidi Rittner has allowed 3 goals but has made 5 stops. It's now halftime. Let's send it over for a Cap 7 tip of the week.
Hi, I'm Wolf Weigo, 3-time Olympian and co-founder of Cap 7. And today we're going to talk about when and when not to call a timeout and the strategies behind that. Timeouts are a critical part of the game, and being prepared can really help you maximize your opportunities. I found when calling a timeout, you have certain things prepared before the game. So maybe it's my best 5-on-6. I've got my 5 players that I would want in the pool. If the other team calls a timeout, I'm ready to put those players in, bring out some of my players who might be better on offense, but weak on defense, and I can get my best 5 players in, or my best 6 players if it's a front court. There wasn't an exclusion and there's a timeout. So I can be ready to make some changes. And similarly, if I'm calling the timeout and I play, or if I'm running a play in the front court and I have certain players that aren't in the pool when I call the timeout that I want to run a specific play, then I'll have that handy, be able to look at it real quick and not have to think about it as I want to talk about other things and focus on motivating the team as well. So when using a timeout, a couple things to think about is it's not just about the play you're going to set up at that moment. You can talk about the motivation of the team, why they need to fight harder, why they need to press harder. So really getting the team motivated. Some coaches will take the time to yell at a certain player or a couple players and really try and use that motivation to get the team fired up or make a point. You also want to let the team know what happens beyond the immediate next 20 seconds of the possession. So if you do score, this is how we're going to play off the line. Watch for picks. Watch for a certain play the other team might have. And if you don't score, also what you're going to be thinking about is the remaining minutes of the period of the game.
This is an important program we have established. It's the CWPA Alumni Initiative. We are asking graduating seniors to get involved after their collegiate seasons are over by either becoming a referee, mentor, coach, or financial supporter. By engaging our alumni after graduation, we can add programs, make playing more fun, and reduce costs. If you or someone you know is interested, make sure to contact the CWPA office at the number on your screen, 610-277-6787, or send an email to office@collegiatewaterpolo.org. Michigan has been in it to win it so far, leading 7-3, has not trailed in this one. 7-3 is the score. Kanta Atassi has 3, Mandy O'Reilly has 2. Emily Rittner, Elson-Geese also have solo tallies to lead the Wolverines. Callie Iam, senior out of Garden Grove, California, has 2 of the 3 Bison scores, with Paige Ferrano with the other. In 13 days, if the circumstances permit, the CWPA Division I Conference Championship Tournament is scheduled to take place at the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor. 4 games, 4 teams, one would win, pending the circumstances. And if circumstances work out, there's a possibility that the April 24th, 2021 CWPA D1 Conference Championship Tournament could allow spectators. Each team would be provided 35 spectator passes to be used at discretion. However, non-student athletes would be required to wear a mask. Fans and employees will have to fill out a responsible questionnaire. Fans will be required to a minimum 20 feet from any Tier 1 individual, but that could change. Michigan going left to right has it in white. And for this season, teams are allowed to stay on the same bench the entire game due to health and safety protocols. Atassi, Barone. Caleb Barone. Got the Atassi with the left hand, taking it to the point now. Lola Cerulli. Back to Barone, shot clock under 10. Set for the hole. Out of positioning. No goal. Possession back to the Bison. Now Bucknell needs to focus. 4 goals, still a close game. We do not want to lose touch. Bucknell heading right to left and dart. Shot clock around 10 seconds. Bucknell has never defeated Michigan. Wolverines, 4-time defending CWPA Division I champion. There was no champion declared last season due to the coronavirus pandemic. Now Rittner with the outlet. Michigan has won CWPA title 9 times, including each of the last 4 seasons in which a conference tournament had been contested. However, the last few trips to the NCAA tournament have been one and done. This Michigan team has the potential to make a deep run this season at the NCAA tournament, which is tentatively scheduled for next month in the Los Angeles area. It's a 6-on-5 opportunity for the Bison. Skip shot, Rittner denies. Now Rittner with the outlet. Cerulli. Cerulli's inside, but squibs it right. Sam Gove, now the outlet. Paige Ferrano. Well, after that 16-5 loss here to Michigan on March 20th, later that day, the Bison defeated Mount St. Mary's 21-5 to hand John McBride his 140th coaching win with the Bison to make him number 1 all-time in program history in terms of coaching wins, passing John Ziegler. And McBride was unavailable to coach the 16-5 loss to these Wolverines on that March 20th day. It's a whole different story. Michigan in that game had 11 goals by halftime. Ball will be thrown out of play. It looks like there might be a 6-on-5 or a timeout. John McBride will call timeout. About 6 or so minutes to go in the third quarter. It's number 7 Michigan in white 7. Number 21 Bucknell in dark 3. Make sure you check out the CWPA website, collegiatewaterpolo.org, which is now mobile friendly. Stay up to date on league news, schedules, and new initiatives as we continue to grow the sport of water polo. We also have information on streaming, coming tournaments, and potential spectator policies. for tournaments. For those of you wondering, how come you didn't stream the Penn State Barron tournament this weekend? Well, we were supposed to do some games yesterday and maybe today from Erie, Pennsylvania, but that Division III tournament has been canceled. And hopefully next weekend, April 17th and 18th, we'll be able to have the 2021 Women's CWPA Division III Championship Tournament from Carthage College in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Seeding will be done by polling. Austin College would likely be the top seed since it did not lose in conference play, but that is to be determined. Rittner was right there again. There's Bella Moynihan. Unfortunate that time. Now here's Emily Rittner. Up top now for Sammy Monroe. Monroe back to Rittner. Rittner sets inside, trying to go for the catch and pounce. Nothing doing that time. Bucknell 2-7 on the power play. Bison swimming right to left in dark. There's Bucknell. It was 15-4 in 2020 before the season came to a screeching halt due to the pandemic. Blocked in the field by Emily Rittner. Gives it to her sister, Heidi. 3:36 to go in the third. It's still Michigan 7, Bucknell 3. That was the halftime score. An offensive foul called in Michigan. Bucknell, open water. Rittner facing competition. What a stop, but not the second time. She could not get the ball down. It's a heck of a move, not giving up on the play. And believe it or not, that's a no goal. What a stop by Rittner. Well, what a laser beam. And that definitely changed the complexion of this one, ladies and gentlemen, because if that counted, it would have been a 4-goal game. Now it's a 5 goals difference. 8-3 now. Sophie Pontre with her first goal of the game, the senior out of Perth, Western Australia. She has over 100 points in her career. She achieved that feat in March of this season, the last month. Now inside 6 meters, will fire off the crossbar, brought back to life to Rittner. How about Heidi Rittner? Second halves of games this season have been the bread and butter for Michigan. But the fourth quarter is most likely bad news for the opposition. That's Michigan's best quarter. In fact, the Wolverines tend to score more in the game's final 8 minutes. But the problem here for the Wolverines, all these exclusion fouls. That's the 8th. Sophie Tovani, the guilty party. Bucknell 2 of 7 right now on the power play. And it's now 2 of 8. Got a minute or so left here in the third. 8-3 Wolverines. Michigan has scored double figures in 10 straight games. All were wins. Last time it was held to under 9 was a 7-6 overtime loss at number 16 San Diego State on March the 7th. The Wolverines' last loss on the schedule. Michigan back on the attack and beats Gove. Ann Rankin the sophomore out of Newport Beach, California, says hello for the first time. 9-3 now. Wolverines. And now you're seeing Michigan pull away. That Heidi Whitner block definitely changed the complexion of the game. The one in which she got her hands on top of the player with the ball. Not on top of the player, but on top of the ball. Is the difference right now. Michigan, though, giving another 6-on-5 to Bucknell. Now only making a 4 for those chances. Paige Ferrano dancing the twine. That's actually Allie Ferrano, pardon. Number 6, that's her first of the game. She is now 25 goals away from 300 in career. It's now 9 for Wolverines. 275 for her career. A minute and change left here in the third. So right now, 3 of 9 on the power play is Bucknell. Maddie O'Reilly, who has a pair of goals, with the rock. Pontre. Back to O'Reilly. Pontre. Pontre does it again! Sophie Pontre with her second of the quarter. It's 10-4. This is the 11th straight game now with double figures. The previous 10 all wins. This is the 14th straight conference game. The Wolverines have found the net 10 or more times. All of them previously have been wins. So that could be bad news for Bucknell. So we're under a minute to play here in the third. 3 in the first, 4 in the second, 3 in the third. For Michigan, 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. For Bucknell. Wolverines up 6 with it. Sophie Pontre with a couple goals for the Wolverines this third quarter. That's Grace Harbaugh off the pipes. Sam Gove will plot her next move. Shot clock might be unplugged. And less than 10 seconds, set up inside, spinning around, right at Rittner. And Rittner will just ride it out. She'll take an effort. Oh my goodness. Heidi Rittner just scored. If it counted. Unbelievable by Rittner. We'll have to see if that counted. Goalies are allowed to cross the plane, the half-distance line. And we'll have to see whether or not it counts. It's a big lead. Michigan, we're going to look at the scoreboard. And it did count. Heidi Rittner has scored. The goalie might be... It's a rare occasion in which both Rittner-Sittners score in the same game. It's 11-4 Michigan after the long heave successful shot by Heidi Rittner. 1 quarter remaining.
Cap 7 is a small company that started out of the back of our garages, and we were doing clinics and camps around the country. We pride ourselves as a company with Cap 7 and Turbo to sponsor as much and give back to the sport as much as we can. Last year we gave over $250,000 back to the sport, and all our products are built by water polo players and for water polo players.
You're watching the CWPA broadcast brought to you by Cap 7.
There's a new keeper in the game for Michigan. The third quarter ended. Just got confirmation that the goal was good. Third quarter ended with a full pool heave by Heidi Rittner. It was not registered on some score sheets, but I believe it did count here, and it looks like there's a new goalkeeper. Alex Brown, the sophomore out of Clayton, California, will get in on the action. Rittner, a terrific first 3 quarters. 9 saves, only allowing 4 scores, and scored the goal to end the third quarter. Michigan and white will be heading left to right, and Bucknell and dark, right to left. Now we begin our final quarter, 11-4 lead for Michigan. And the Wolverines will have it. 11 goals on 20 shots. O'Reilly gets it back. Oh, Sizzler to the back of the cage. How about Emily Rittner with her second? Score now believed to be 12-4. That's Emily Rittner's second of the contest, and now Michigan has really pulled off from Bucknell. The first 2 quarters were tight. 3-2 after 1, 7-3 after 2, both Michigan leads. It was believed to be a 4-1 scoring run for Michigan in the third. 6 on the shot clock, and Alex Brown jumps on top for the save. Paige Ferrano had her shot blocked by Brown. O'Reilly now back to Rittner, taking up to the point with a dry pass. An exclusion foul will be called, so a fresh 35. Oh, that did not take long at all. Michigan not wasting any time. Ava Morant, who has to be cautious with 2 exclusion fouls, finds the back for the first time this game. 13-4 is our believed score. Now Sophie Pontre was credited to go by the Fosh.net, but Bucknell gets one back. Nicely done for Callie Hyam, her third tally, to make it 13-5 now, Michigan. So we're 13-5 or 12-5, depending if you count the Heidi Rittner score. Now Michigan has that one out of play. Goal throw for Sam Gove. And we have received confirmation. Heidi Rittner did score to end the third quarter. And then she had been pulled off for a job well done. 13-5. Now back to Alex Brown. Exclusion foul called on Bucknell, so it was 6-5 here for Michigan. Should the result hold, this will be win number 11 in a row for the Wolverines, and would be 18-4 overall, 5-0 in the conference, with 1 conference game remaining in the regular season. Bucknell would be 4-3 overall, 1-2 in conference play. Takes the pass and scores with passion. Second goal of the quarter for Ava Morant, the junior out of Maple Ridge, British Columbia. Makes it now 14-5. We'll take a scoreboard check with 5:22 to go in regulation. 3 in the first, 4 in the second, 4 in the third, 3 in the fourth for Michigan. 2-1, 1-1 for Bucknell. And this is at least the 24th meeting all time between the schools. It will still be the same result. Still nothing but wins for Michigan. Ordinary foul. Now it's a 6-on-5. Bucknell heading right to left and dark. Have 20 seconds up a player. Kathy Rogers, the guilty party for Michigan. Skip shot, saved by Brown. Paige Verano, unfortunate that time. Six-on-5 opportunity now for Michigan. Michigan, it appears, does not have to score at this point. Can take as much time off the clock. Since there are under 5 minutes left, up by 9. Atassi. Off the pipes. Battle for the rock. Sam Gove has it. So Bucknell's next game is scheduled for 2:30 p.m. Eastern today against number 25 St. Francis of Pennsylvania. Michigan back in the pool at around 11:30 a.m. Eastern against St. Francis. Will be Michigan's final regular season game. And a win here would most likely wrap up the top seed for Michigan heading into the tentative April 24th CWPA Division I Championship Tournament, which Michigan is scheduled to host if the circumstances permit. Again, there is a potential spectator policy. There's a potential to have up to 70 spectators for each of the 4 games scheduled in 13 games from now for the CWPA D1 Championship. That is tentative and subject to change. 6-on-5 coming here for Bucknell. John McBride will call a timeout. So he hasn't used one in a while. 10th season for McBride. He has 142 victories. 3 ahead of Ziegler. John Ziegler now. For most all time. We would like to remind you that we have a podcast called Polo Cast. We take a deep dive into some of the most prominent people of water polo. We talk about the sport and about their lives, who they are, and how they got there. With host George Gross Jr., new episodes are released twice a month. Be sure to check out Polo Cast, available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to like and subscribe, so don't miss an episode. 3:10 to go. 14-5, number 7 Michigan over number 21 Bucknell. Michigan has not trailed at all in this one. This is the largest lead. And the third quarter ended with goalie Heidi Rittner scoring with a cross-pool shot. Kata Atassi had been excluded from Michigan. That's why we're on the 6-5 for Bucknell right now. No players have been excluded out of the game, but there are 3 Wolverines with 2 apiece. Morant, Tovani, and Cerulli. Sophie Tovani, one of the players with multiple exclusion fouls. Ali Ferrano and Megan LaCroix have 2 exclusion fouls apiece for the Bison, and Dr. Leonardi calls timeout. I think it's a substitution timeout to change his troops. He'll also give some instruction. Michigan playing against St. Francis after this contest. The Red Flash on a 3-game win streak have 8 wins. Against 8 losses. Michigan against St. Francis this season. 2-0. Michigan defeated the Red Flash in Ann Arbor 13-2 on February 21st, and then got the best of the Red Flash in Loretto, Pennsylvania at St. Francis home on March 21st by a score of 13-5. Should be a good one. Michigan has faced St. Francis at least 8 or 9 times. The Red Flash yet to get a victory over the Wolverines. We gotta watch out for St. Francis. Is in goal for the Red Flash. You have Rosalinda Rivera, the CWPA Division I Defensive Player of the Week for April 5th. And Mies Sooks, Division I Rookie of the Week from April 5th. Here come the Wolverines now. 4 on the shot clock. Doesn't matter. Same result, another goal. This time number 15, Elise Walker, the freshman out of Los Altos, California. It's 15-5. An assist from Allison Locke. And time is of the essence here. Michigan 15 of 26. Bucknell 5 of 27. Wow, 18.5%. Michigan allows less than 27% of shots on target. The Wolverines allowing about 6 goals a game. Bucknell right now will have another power play. This will be the 11th 6-on-5. That's Grace Harbaugh on the exclusion. Hold on! Did a player come in before? Should have. There might be a 5-meter penalty shot. Player may have entered before she should have. The officials right now are going to convene. It's unbelievable the play was ready when there seemed to have been a substitute player. I think there was an exclusion foul. Minute 47 to go in regulation. Number 7, Michigan in white, 15. Number 21, Bucknell in dark, 5. I'm Scott Samuel David Weiss. We're glad you are joining us for our first of 3 games of the day in CWPA Division I play. Michigan concludes regular season today. Bucknell and St. Francis playing today as well. And also the Red Flash and Bucknell would play a couple games at Mount St. Mary's next weekend to conclude the regular season. And April 24th, 4 games. Division I conference title at University of Michigan. So 6-on-5, everything has been squared up, so there have been no penalty throws assessed. Now to the point. Verano. Set inside, blocked down by Alex Brown. Boy, that is a keen eye for Alex Brown. Now, Michigan heading left to right as we approach 1 minute and below. So Michigan will improve to 18-4 overall, 5-0 in the conference. 18th straight conference wins it will be. We'll wrap up the number 1 seed with just 1 regular season game remaining. 6-on-5 here for Michigan. 7th exclusion foul. Michigan, though, 1 of 6 on the power play. Usually Michigan a little better in the 6-on-5. Trying to go for the deflection shot and didn't work. So after 3 straight games with double figures, Bucknell held to 5. And this is similar to the March 20th meeting. Michigan won 16-5 here at Kennedy Natatorium. It's 15-5 right now. But in the first half, Michigan had 11 in that previous meeting. It was 7-3 at halftime this time. Oh, wow. What a scorcher to the left side. Allie Ferrano, her second goal of the game. 276 of her career to extend the Bucknell best. Shot clock's unplugged. 15-6. And Michigan does not need to take another shot. So Wolverines will extend the win streak to 11 in a row. Bucknell will drop the 4-3 on the campaign. 1-2 in division play. Michigan 18-4 overall, 5-0 in the conference. With that, Michigan most likely secures the top seed in the April 24th CWPA Division I Conference Championship, with its last regular season coming up in a game coming up around 11:30 a.m. Eastern today against number 25 St. Francis. And we thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in to CWPA Network's free remote broadcast, courtesy of Cap 7 and the CWPA. Michigan with 15 goals on 26 shots, 12 exclusions, 1 of 6 in the power play, while Bucknell 5 of 27, 7 exclusions, 3 of 12 on the power play, had 1 penalty foul. Heidi Rittner had close to 10 saves before she gave way to, I believe, Alex Brown. Heidi Rittner and Emily Rittner both scored. Heidi Rittner, the goalkeeper, scored in the third quarter. Kanta Atasi had 3. Sophie Pontre, O'Reilly, Emily Rittner had multiple goals. Ann Rankin, Alison Geist, Morant Walker also scored. Allie Ferrano had a pair of goals. Allie Ferrano had a goal for Bucknell. Paige Ferrano did as well. Callie Hyam had some as well. So the final score is 15-6. Michigan over Bucknell. So Bucknell drops to 1-2 in conference play. Michigan 5-0 in the conference. Coming up on the CWPA network at around 11:30 a.m. Eastern. Number 7 Michigan and number 25 San Francisco. I'm Scott Samuel David Weiss. Thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to giving you more CWPA Division I water polo action from Lewisburg, PA.